The morning arrived quietly, as if it didn't want to wake anyone. A thin layer of mist rested over the backyard, clinging to the grass and curling around the legs of the old wooden fence. Dewdrops trembled on each blade, catching the pale light of the rising sun. The oak tree in the corner stood tall and patient, its bark rough with age, its branches unmoving, as though it had seen 1,000 mornings just like this one. A single bird chirped, then another, and then the back door burst open. A boy ran outside, his sneakers slapping against the wooden deck as he leapt into the yard, arms stretched wide. In his hands was a battered toy airplane, its paint chipped, one wing held together with tape. "Vroom," he shouted, spinning in circles as the plane dove and climbed through imaginary skies. He named clouds, dodged invisible enemies, saved unseen cities. The backyard became everything. For a while, eventually, his footsteps slowed. The plane dipped lower. His voice grew quieter. He landed the toy near the sandbox and collapsed onto the grass beside it, staring up at the sky. The adventures were running out. He had flown every mission, won every battle, saved the world too many times for it to feel exciting anymore. From inside the house came the sound of hurried footsteps. His father's voice followed, muffled but familiar. "Breakfast's on the table, don't forget to eat. And don't touch my work bag if you see it, all right?" The front door shut. A car engine started, then faded into the distance. The boy lay there for a long moment, listening to the silence that followed. Silence had weight when you were young. It pressed in, heavy and uncomfortable. He sat up suddenly. The toy airplane lay broken beside him. One of its wings had snapped completely off. He groaned. Fixing it meant glue. Glue meant going inside, and inside meant passing his father's work bag. He hesitated at the door, then shrugged. "I'll just look for glue. That's it." Inside the bag, instead of tools or papers, his fingers brushed against something soft. A small plastic container. Red lid. No label. He opened it. Clay spilled into his palm. It wasn't cold like modeling clay. It was warm. Then it moved. The boy yelped, nearly dropping it as the clay folded in on itself, rising and shaping like a living thing. Tiny arms formed, tiny legs, faces no larger than pencil erasers blinked open. They looked up at him. Not frightened, curious. He froze. The figures stepped carefully off his hand and onto the floor, leaving faint red smudges behind. More followed, dozens of them, shaping tools from their own bodies, forming tiny ropes, ladders, wheels. The boy backed away until he hit the kitchen counter. "What are you?" he whispered. They didn't answer. Instead, they moved past him, flowing like a river toward the open back door. Drawn outside, the boy followed. As soon as the tiny figures touched the grass, the yard began to change. Blades of grass bent and grew into hills. Pebbles rose like mountains. Fallen leaves stretched into roofs and bridges. The sandbox became a valley, its edges reshaped into walls and pathways. The tiny beings worked together silently, building homes beneath roots, carving stairways into dirt, shaping a living village from the backyard itself. The boy's fear faded into wonder. He knelt, careful not to disturb anything. Hours seemed to pass. Then the air shifted. The clay container trembled. From it poured another group, darker, denser, slower. Their movements were heavier. Where they stepped, structures sagged, paths collapsed, not out of cruelty, but indifference. The balance broke. The builders rushed to repair. Towers fell faster than they could be rebuilt. Tiny figures were trapped beneath falling soil. The boy's heart pounded. Without thinking, he reached forward. The ground shook violently. Both groups froze, staring up at him. That's when he understood. They weren't fighting each other. They were reacting to him. Every careless movement caused destruction. Every decision shaped their world. "I didn't mean to," he whispered, voice trembling. Slowly, he began to help. He shielded fragile homes with his hands, redirected falling soil, separated the two clays gently, guiding them into harmony instead of conflict. The darker figures slowed. Some softened, some reshaped themselves, choosing to build instead of flatten. Clouds gathered overhead. Rain began to fall. From inside the house, his mother called, "Come inside." "It's starting to rain." The boy hesitated, then carefully shaped the remaining clay into a single smooth mound beneath the oak tree. Rain washed it away, dissolving it into the soil. By evening, the yard looked normal again. But the boy wasn't, because he had learned something no one had ever told him. Creation carries responsibility. Power demands care, and even small hands can shape entire worlds. Some worlds survive only because someone chooses to be gentle.